Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Garden State Growth Show. We are back. Today we have Matt Schorr of Mailbox Business Center by way of Hillsboro. Matt, thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Give us a high-level overview of your job. What do you do over there?
Well, I do a lot of stuff, man. We do like a lot of, we're known for printing and shipping, but we do a lot of notary kind of stuff. We do a lot of graphic design kind of stuff. We have like private mailboxes at the store, like suite addresses.
Yeah.
We do a lot of things, man. We cut keys even. I mean, it's like ridiculous,
Would you say your customer service is at par or better than the U.S. Postal Service?
Well, I mean, I don't like to, toot my own horn, but I'd hopefully like to say it's a little bit better than the U.S. Postal Service. Yeah.
Most people would rather, you're saying they'd rather deal with you than the Postal Service?
I mean, again, I would hope that to be true, but it's not setting a very high bar. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's hard to do that. So
it's like the DMV.
Exactly.
Better customer service than the DMV.
You know it.
Cool. How'd you get into that?
So I worked there during high school. So I'm born and bred Hillsboro. Yeah. So I've grown up in Hillsboro.
It's been around that long?
Yeah. Actually, it was one of the original stores that were in Nelson's Corner when that shopping center opened. There's very few actually that are left.
What year was that?
That's a great question. It's going on like 37, 8, and I could be wrong.
It's got to be late 80s, early 90s, right?
Yeah. It was definitely late 80s. I believe it was late 80s. Yeah. So yeah, it's been around a long time, man. I've been blessed to own it. We're coming up on 25 years, as crazy as that sounds.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
2001.
Yeah. Well, I took it over really, really young. It's actually a crazy story, which I don't want to bore you guys with that, but
no, please.
Well, I worked for a gentleman there that taught me the ropes, and I'd worked for him for, I'd say, 6 years or so.
This was your first job?
It was. I mean, I did like random landscaping gigs and stuff when I was a kid for the neighbors, or I shovel some snow.
Was that your first job?
ShopRite was bagging groceries.
So
no, I was a sick,
how old were you?
I was a sick bagger, man. I think I was 14 when I got
you as a bagger.
Man. I was pretty good too. You know how I know too? Because certain cashiers would request me to be their bagger.
What?
So yeah, I was that guy. I was that guy.
You were like the left-hand man.
You know it. Eggs on top, baby. Eggs on top.
Every time.
Every time.
So you were like 14 doing that?
Yeah. And then I worked there. I worked actually at Stop and Shop also for a little bit. When you're that young, you kind of like bounce a little bit to see where your friends are going, what you like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then I ended up over at there. At that time, it was called Mailboxes, etc.
Okay.
And
is that a franchise?
It was.
Familiar.
Not anymore. It was. So that franchise was bought by the UPS store franchise, but we never went in with that franchise. We broke out when the contract was up for renewal. And we've been out ever since. So it's been nice. I mean, it was one of those things that if you're establishing a brand new store, to have that branding, that national recognition might be a good thing. But we've been around for a while, and my clients, like a lot of the people that I was doing business with at that time, have known me since I was a kid.
Right.
So they were going to come to me, and I was blessed to say that. So
yeah.
I decided not to give the franchise, all that money. So
good for you.
Break out on my own.
So how old are you when you first started working at Mailbox Business Center?
Well, Mailbox Business Center. Well, it was Mailboxes, etc. at the time. So when I was doing that, I was probably 15 into 16 in that range. Yeah.
You've been there forever, dude.
Yeah, man. It's what I know. It's what I know. God. If I can't get it right now at this point, then
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, listen, I've gone in there. It feels like you know what you're doing.
Thank you, man.
It feels like you have an answer for everybody's question.
After all these years, I've been asked a lot of questions. You know what I mean? So I got a repertoire of answers for those.
Stepping back now, what is it you think that drives people to a Mailbox Business Center versus going directly to USPS or or one of the other FedEx guys or?
Pretty much exactly what you just kind of said. Like we do a bunch of things at once. So like if you have UPS, if you have FedEx, if you have mail, and you don't feel like going to 5 different places to drop it all off, you can come in and drop it all off with me. I mean, we take it all. We're very careful. We make sure that everyone's packages are handled well and get out safely and stuff. So
yeah, and it's convenient. You guys are right there near the grocery store and everything.
Yeah,
for sure. If you could go back and give yourself advice when you first started, let's say when you first started running the business.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are some mistakes you made?
I was a little scared to, I mean, I was really, really young, you know, and I didn't have any money. So I was kind of scared to spend what little left I had to expand and do things that I probably could have done sooner and probably benefited from the profit of those sooner. I eventually did those things, but it took me a while.
Give us what's an example of that?
Like for
Hiring
example,
people.
well, not even that. We just had a really solid staff. I always made sure of that. That's so key in anything that you do is having your brand represented well. But like we got into a lot of printing. Like back then, it was mostly shipping business. You know, we did a lot of shipping and custom boxing, packing, right? So as times change, I think that businesses need to evolve, and I needed to see where the profit potential could go. And the cool thing about doing the printing, again, you got to invest in the machines, and that's a gamble because you don't know if they're going to pay themselves off,
right?
But fortunate for me, it took probably about 2 or 3 years of advertising it and trying to get it into like people's knowledge base that we do those things.
Yeah.
We started making it happen.
What's the most popular thing you're printing?
I mean, I do
so many postcards, or is it?
I do tons
signs?
of postcards. What's funny is that I really do a lot of a lot of things. I mean, the signs are huge. In real estate, I do. I print for. I'm blessed to say I print for a lot of different real estate brokerages. So I do tons of their signs, and so we make signs for the schools. We make banners for the schools. I try to donate as much as I can to the schools and things like that. So. When you guys come in and buy signs for me, a percentage of that I try to put back out into the community.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about early on in the business. When did you hire? You always had staff?
Yeah. So when I took over the store, it transitioned really well because the owner at the time wasn't really working at the actual location very often. I was kind of trying to do a lot of, I was running it for a while. So the staff.
Are you there every day?
Pretty much,
in the beginning?
Yeah. Well, I'm there every day now. I mean, even there now. So,
well, you guys are off Sunday, right?
Yeah, Sundays we're off. Yeah, so Sundays we're closed, but otherwise, I'm usually there like 6 days a week. Randomly, I'll take a day off during the week if I need to. But I try to stay pretty hands on and be in control of what's happening a lot. And although I don't really even need to because my staff is so capable. Like they're honestly great.
You're just getting in their way at this point.
I might be. They probably would say.
We'll interview them after this.
Right.
How did you teach? Did you teach yourself bookkeeping, accounting, or did you always rely on somebody else for that?
Well, I went to school for economics and accounting. That was what I kind of did at school. But
you did go to college?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I went.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So you were working the whole time you were in college too?
Yeah. So I went to school at night. Once the store. I had some time where I went to school. During the day. Obviously, I went to Raritan Valley out of high school. And then I transferred to Rutgers, and then Rutgers was fun, but
I went to Rutgers.
Yeah, there you go. But I went to school at night a lot of times because I was working a lot during the day.
What year is this year in college?
So I graduated high school in '98. So '99 I was in college because of going having the business and things like that and working.
You weren't living in New Brunswick, were you?
No, me and my wife, she at the time was my girlfriend, but we moved out together when we were 19. We actually, we moved out to Pike Run, Dominicus Court.
Okay.
It was
Nice.
supplemental housing. We were qualified for low income.
Okay.
And we were able to move out and start our lives together there. So besides going to college, I was paying bills young. You know what I mean?
You were on your own at 19.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
shit. Brother.
You don't see that. You don't see that these days.
No. And my wife, God bless her, is a ride or dyer. She was with me the whole way, and
she works with you at
no.
That's
actually a funny thing because it's a common misconception. The girl that works with me, she's worked with me since the beginning. Her name's Emily, and she's like family to me, like a sister. Everybody does. Everybody does, man. Everybody does. God. It's crazy. My wife's actually a middle school special ed teacher in Hillsborough.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So she doesn't work with me.
You should wear her on a T-shirt or something. Because
Seriously,
this is my wife.
This is my wife, not that. Yeah,
this is my work wife.
People literally confuse that though all the time.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because we're always we work together 40 hours a week for, I mean, 20, over 24 years.
How she's been there for 24 years?
Yeah, she's been with me since the beginning, man. She's a rock star.
Yeah.
She's an incredible person. I'm so blessed. I have a couple other people that have passed through my doors, and one currently that's working with me too. That's just an absolute rock star. I'm so lucky.
Any ambitions to expand, maybe to another town or location?
I almost did. I was looking at a couple different places, and about 10 years ago, almost opened up a second store. We were going to look into that. It didn't work out. And I think everything happens for a reason. I think that, it's divine. Like if it was meant to happen, it would happen. You know what I mean? And it didn't, so it didn't,
I feel like what you do is like a really hyper local business.
Yeah.
And like you're shaking hands with the mayor, the babies, the schools.
I love that though. I love being part of the community like that.
So you've seen Hillsborough change.
Oh my God.
The last 25 years.
Ridiculous.
It was like dirt roads on Triangle Road.
Yeah,
right?
man. It's actually, it's crazy. It's if I didn't like grow up, I mean, if I just left here when I graduated and then you placed me, plop right back in the middle of town somewhere, I would probably have no idea where I am. It looks so different now. I mean, it's changed quite a bit, man.
Yeah. I've been here since 2017, so you've probably seen a lot more.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, it's not ridiculous. I shouldn't say it like that. It's good. It's expansion. It's growth. It's it was a largely more of like a farming community with and kind of like more of like a smaller town feel where like you knew everybody, everyone kind of knew you. You know what I mean? Like. I think now the graduating classes are like hitting 700 kids or something close to that. Like
they're like sit on top of each other in high school.
Literally, man.
What do you think this town needs? What do you think it's like kind of missing? I have my thoughts I'll give after the
Cool. Yeah. That's a really good question. I mean, like, are we talking in the sense of like businesses? Like what business needs to come to Hillsborough?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about that Chick-fil-A for a while. I think isn't that supposed to be coming?
We definitely need that. They're voting on it. I don't know where it landed. Jordan, No. Yeah. Well, it would generate traffic for sure. I mean, but But that's good. Yeah. I mean, there's already traffic. I think that we don't need another gas station or a pizza place. Although there's some really good pizza places in this town. We're very blessed to have some. What's your favorite pizza place? I'm not gonna. Oh no, you can't do that. Yeah. No, oh no, you get in trouble. I'm not doing that one. Okay. Yeah. All right. You don't have to. I'm gonna say Joe's. I'm gonna go on the record. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna say Joe's. Joe's is a great place. They've been around a long time. It's a great family-run business. Yeah, for sure. They're definitely. Do those guys live in Hillsborough? I didn't understand. That's a good question. I don't know. We gotta have them on the show, Jordan. Yeah, they'd be great. Yeah, I don't know if they live in Hillsborough. I know the AMA guy lives in Hillsborough. Yeah, Amma. Yeah, that's another great one, man. That family, the Amma families, they're all really, really good people. Yeah, Michael. Andre, okay, yeah, they're. I mean, Akil and Mike are great. The father's great. Their mother's great. I mean, the businesses ran so well, and I'm so pumped that they've brought something unique like that. Yeah. To town. I think our town needs family entertainment. Agreed. Agreed. I mean, Iron Peak was a huge thing. I mean, the fact that Iron Peak came to this town. I mean, I would have loved something like that when I was younger. Right. And even for us adults and stuff like that. They just opened up. There's like a bar. Yeah, I've never tried it. Yeah, they got indoor golf simulators too over there now. Smart. So in the winter you can at least have your stroke going. So it's a good spot, man. Absolutely. I think we could use like a roller rink. That would be cool, dude. There's like literally nothing like that. Do you remember? Well, I guess so. Where did you live before you moved to Hillsborough? Tom's River. Okay, so there's no chance you would have like came to Kendall Park to go like roller skating, right? That was the only roller skating place around here. And that place literally looked the same from when I was a kid going to birthday parties as it did. And it's terrible to say they closed, I think maybe like 5 years ago. Oh, really? But they looked the same the entire way, man. And I used to love that vibe. I feel like that's the roller rink vibe. It was like same skates, totally, same carpet. See those guys like spinning around, crossing their legs, going down to their knees and coming back up, Okay. I'm lucky if I could just tie the skates at this point. Right. But something like that, or like a trampoline park, miniature golf, I think would be cool. It's tough to do, I think, because it's seasonal. Unless you do it indoors somehow. Indoor miniature or an indoor playground. Have you been to Space Play Academy? Nah, what is that? That place is sick. Is it by used to be called the Pickle Jar. Now it's like Pickleball Nation over by Royce Paramount Gymnastics.
Oh, cool.
In that area.
That's cool.
I don't know if you have young kids, but it's a great indoor play space.
Cool, man.
There's a whole new strip like over there. There's only like 2 businesses over there.
Right.
Like, it's like a flex space.
Okay.
Industrial and office.
Yeah.
That and just more stuff for kids to do.
That's awesome.
Because we always have to go out of town. We have to go to like.
And that's the thing, because Hillsborough is pretty self-sufficient.
It's like an island. It's very strange.
Yeah. So I think that's good, man. More entertainment, the better.
Absolutely. Do you guys see yourself utilizing AI in your business at all?
So I've already
word copy or anything.
We started to a little bit. Like, I think you kind of have to, again, stay with with current times. So like I mentioned, I do a lot of graphic designing there for people. So in the sense of graphic designing, AI is going to cut my work, down tremendously. It's going to make me a lot more efficient. So AI still isn't quite where it needs to be. Like, it's getting there. Like, if I set it to make a flyer or design something, like, it could definitely lay out a general design idea, but a lot of my customers like come to me because I've been doing work with them for so many years and I know exactly what they like. Like, I know their taste. Like, I know, and AI still can't understand that.
Right.
So I still have to go and do stuff like that but I think in the future it's going to definitely help me, become more efficient.
Yeah. Have you seen with the growth of Amazon and all the online shipping, has your business seen more just based on returns and everything else? Like, have you seen a growth in shipping?
We ship a ton of Amazon. We ship a ton of returns. There's, QVC, Walmart, Zappos. I could rattle off hundreds of companies that we take returns for every day. But yeah, so that's good because it brings customers into the store. You know what I mean? Like, there's business models where you have to spend thousands of dollars to advertise, whereas for me, you have to return something, you're going to come in. So, and it's my job when you're in there, or my employees and my crew's job, to kind of like let you know of all the other things we can help you with while you're there. So that in the future, if you don't just have a prepaid drop off, you can come in and say, oh, I noticed you do business cards too. Like, I need a set of business cards.
What's the most ridiculous thing someone ever tried to bring in your place to return?
Well, return wise, a lot of it's already prepackaged. So
can I bring a bicycle in there put together?
We get bicycles all the time.
Really?
That's not even weird. Yeah, that's not even awkward, man.
Like a snake.
We've shipped some really interesting, like, we had a fella that was from Hillsborough that, believe it or not, he whittled his own coffin. And I know it sounds insane to say.
What?
And he was moving to Florida and he wanted to ship it down.
Bring his coffin with him?
Yeah, man.
He was ready
crazy.
To go.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it was something morbid. Like, it wasn't like pretending to be Dracula or something.
Yeah.
Like, he literally was really proud of his work. And it was, as far as coffins go, I don't know much about him, but thank God I don't know much about him. But it looked really nice.
Really? Did you go in it?
Yeah.
Test it out?
No, but oh my God, that was a nightmare to pack up, man. Oh
my God. How did he?
He brought it to the back of the store, and we actually had to package it outside because it was so large that it would have been a problem to get. So you could have got it in, but once it was packaged, it might not come back out.
Yeah.
So with the way the door, the store width it was, so we packaged it outside, had it picked up. We actually, like, it was colder out. So I remember that day. It was definitely cold. So I was trying to, like, be super efficient, but make sure that it was perfect. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it came out good.
You guys are, like, busting out of seams there.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how you get all that done in that small space.
I want to move. Like, I really do. Like, the store, like, I would love to renovate and update it and stuff like that. But I'm constantly hoping to be able to move my space. So I feel like it's almost a waste of money to, like, update everything now when I hopefully will be moving. And I want to stay in the same center. So that's my goal. To tell you the truth, the store that I would love to take the space over for is that Verizon store. So, I've talked to my landlord about it. And if that Verizon store, and I hope they are successful ever. I always hope everyone's tremendously successful.
Bless you, Verizon.
Yeah.
Except for that business portal. That's the worst thing anyone's ever made. I don't know if you've ever tried it.
No.
It's terrible.
But if they happen to, fail, God forbid, I would love to take that space over. My landlord's going to give me first dibs at it.
That's what's that, like 4 stores down?
A little more than that. It's a little more than that. It's kind of more close to the Roman Gourmet, like kind of on that end.
I heard whispers of, I don't know if this is true. Are they going to totally renovate that shopping plaza or no? Or is that somebody else?
Well, so they're not going to renovate it, which it's again a little outdated, especially comparing it to these brand new ones that are being built. And I think that's actually part of the reason why ShopRite, has been keeps trying to leave. They just
are they leaving?
From what I understand, they will be eventually. I don't know how quick that's going to happen. They're again, and I'm not 100% sure of the issue with it, but from what I understood was that the ShopRite and the warehouses were all going to be in the same general area. And I think they were all trying to get passed through the township all at the same time. And we know that failed.
Right.
So again, I don't know exactly, and that might not even be accurate. So I'd hate to speak to something that I don't know 100%
it's okay.
sure of. But
something to look into.
But I know they're going to stay for a while, and then when they do leave, I think that it'll be difficult for them to lease that size space to a store. So I think at that point they were talking about possibly making it smaller, and they were, they have some ideas of
subdividing it.
Yeah. And they have some ideas of some pretty cool stores that I think they're trying to try to cater to try to
What's going on with that retail storefront across from Burger King?
Cost cutters?
Yeah, that's been,
oh my God,
it's been vacant.
I know.
Since the whole time I've lived here.
That's another thing that I've heard hearsay on. I don't know if it's actually true, but
yeah,
I think that, that place is supposed to be developed. So I think that it's going to become like storefront on the bottom and apartments on top.
I've seen the signs for that.
So I think that's what's going to happen. And I think, and again, I don't know, but I think that's what they were planning to do. So I don't really know if the landlord, I don't know what that story was, but that might be why that they haven't rented more things out.
That's a good spot for the roller rink.
Yeah, man.
If you want to go in,
I'll talk to you about it, brother. Instead of storefronts, have a roller rink and have some apartments above it.
Let's go.
Right? That'd be cool, man. Totally cool.
Okay, so sounds like you have a lot going on. If you have the opportunity to get more space, you might do that.
I would love to, yeah.
But you're definitely going to stay in Hillsborough.
Yes, 100%.
What's another town you might open? Bridgewater.
Bridgewater's got some stuff already going on in it.
Yeah.
I know there's lots of people that use the business model of competition.
Yeah.
You see people that, open up things that are fairly close to others in hopes that they can drive some of the business away and use it. I'm not a fan of that model. I'd rather be the only game. I'd rather be the guy that you want, why should I compete with somebody if I don't have to?
Sure.
And especially too, if I went to another town and there was already a franchise branded store that people know of, for me to come in with my brand, and they might not have heard of me or they might not know me or anything like that. And why give this guy a chance? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, better scale up, I guess, in the market that you're already really well known in.
Yeah. I think too. And, in all honesty too, it's, believe it or not, just the one store utilizes a lot of my time. And I still like to have a little bit of time, as much as I possibly can for my family. I don't like missing out on that too.
Absolutely.
It's big for me,
So appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, man.
Hearing more about Mailbox Business.
You know it, man. So
if you guys ever need anything shipped, a coffin, an alligator,
right?
Snake, whatever.
Set me up.
Just go to Mailbox Business Center by ShopRite in Hillsborough.
Yeah.
By the way, have you ever tried the ice cream on the corner?
Yeah,
dude,
that place is great.
That's low key the best ice cream in town.
Let me tell you what, they have so many unique flavors too, gourmet flavors that you wouldn't see randomly other places.
I told the guy, I'm like, dude, you gotta let people know about this.
Yeah, he's
I just
really
stumbled
nice
into there.
He's a really friendly guy, really nice guy too. So I hope he has tremendous success.
Yeah, I know he's been battling with the town to get a sign up. What's going on with the signs in Hillsborough? They all have to be red, and what's going on?
Well,
that's a law.
I don't really even know. Honestly, I do know that if you're going to try to put signage out on 206, that you should file for a permit and obtain a permit, which I guess gives you a certain amount of time and criteria of dimensions and things like that. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of ordinances in town.
Yeah.
Which is why I think that you ever notice on Saturday and Sunday, there's signs like everywhere on 206, and then Monday they're all gone.
Yeah.
I think they do that for a reason,
Well, that's a good point.
The township's not open,
Yeah.
But you always notice that on 206, especially by my center, there's on that corner of 206 and Amwell, when I'm going home, I see
there's protests.
There's protests now. There's all sorts of stuff going on.
So, Jordan, we got to call Mayor Catherine Payne about the signs. Put that in our notes. We'll get to the bottom of it. It's a conspiracy.
I'm sure she'd love to add that one to her pile.
She's got nothing else to do.
Right. She's not a busy person.
Shout out to 206 Construction.
Hey man, hopefully we'll I mean, it's looking like it's progressing.
I've seen there's at least people there now.
Yeah. And I know that they've been working hard in the township to try to advance that. I know it's a state thing, so I don't really know what what can be done, but yeah. So
maybe they can get some road signs from you or something. We'll see.
That's the problem. They need more road signs.
Yeah,
come to Mailbox Business Center.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Thanks for coming on the show.
Man,
Appreciate
totally.
you.
It's my pleasure, man.
We'll see you next time.
I love it. Thanks, man.
Thanks.